Here I am again in a Caterham Academy car, and I've done this video today to discuss throttle application, so effectively corner exits. I would say one of the most common mistakes I see is going into the corner a little bit too slowly and then trying to pick up the throttle too early before the apex, which I think is natural when you're relatively new to circuit driving, as it is difficult to really get comfortable carrying a lot of entry speed in, which obviously just takes time. The problem with getting on the throttle too early is you end up putting a little bit of weight on the rear of the car before the apex as the corner is starting to tighten up. This then creates understeer in the car. You start washing out, maybe potentially missing the apex slightly and understeering all the way out to the exit curb, which actually delays your full throttle application, which means you're slow on the exit of the corner as well. So you've lost time potentially on the way into the corner because you're not carrying enough speed, and then you've actually lost time on the way out too. So if you ever do feel like you've gone in too slowly, you just have to wait and take the pain. Wait until that apex, then hopefully when you do get on the throttle, it'll be nice and clean and quick to full throttle. Really good tip is if you are going to different circuits or going to a test day, is try and decide at every corner where you think the apex is, and just don't get on the throttle until that point, and you'll very quickly teach yourself whether you've gone into the corner quick enough or not. Here is a lap taken off the V-Box of me driving a Caterham Academy car at Donington Park. The top line is a speed trace, the bottom line is a throttle trace taken directly off the ECU. When this red line here is level with 100, that's telling you I'm on full throttle. When it drops down and is level with the 0, that's telling you I'm fully off the throttle. And we'll have a look at each corner and exactly how I'm getting on the throttle on corner exits. Obviously, exactly how you get on the throttle will vary slightly corner to corner, depending how tight the corner is, or different grip levels, or different circuits, if there's bumps, etc. It will also vary quite a lot in Caterham Academy if you're going around a left-hand hairpin or a right-hand hairpin. The reason being is you're sat on the right-hand side of the car in an open diff car. So if you imagine if you're going around a right-hand hairpin, you're turning right, all the weight goes to the left, but your weight is still sat on that right inside rear. So you give yourself better traction and allow yourself to get quicker to full throttle in that scenario. If you take a left-hand hairpin, as you turn left, all the weight goes to the right, you're sat there too, there's very little weight over that left rear tyre. So what that means is you have to feed the power down a lot more on corner exit, almost all the way to the exit curb. Don't be tempted to just floor the throttle and spin up the inside tyre, because that definitely loses you time on corner exit. Just feed the power down as quickly as you can without getting wheel spin. So if we look at this lap at Donington Park, you can see that my throttle traces are relatively similar at every corner. You can see, for example, out of turn 1, that first 0 to 30-40% throttle is fed down a little bit before then quickly going to full throttle. The same is true at turn 2, that first 30-40% is fed down, and then if this is a slight mistake here where I've had to hesitate out of the throttle on the exit, but if I got that right, that would then be quickly to full throttle and staying there. Same at turn 3, first 30-40% fed down, then quickly to full throttle. The same again here, and the same again at the last turn. So think of the throttle in Caterham Academy as not linear to your power delivery. So what I mean by that is your first 0 to 40% is not the same as going 60 to 100% in terms of power delivery. Most of the power delivery is in the first part of the throttle, so that first 0 to 30 to 50%. So what that means is if you're right on the limit in the middle of a corner, you should have to feed the power down. You should be close to being pretty much on the edge of grip at that point anyway. So you're at your apex, you're starting to feed the power down a little bit. That first 0 to 40% is fed down, and then quite quickly, if you've got the corner correctly, you've rotated the car correctly at the apex, after you get that initial part of the power in, the last sort of 60% of the throttle, if you like, 40 to 100% throttle, should be quite quick, because that's not actually increasing much in terms of power delivery. So let's look at that in video form. Here we are at turn 1 at Donington Park, red gate, and our apex is going to be roughly speaking the end of this tarmac strip on the right, or fractionally before. I'm coming up to my apex. You're going to see the first 0 to 30-40% throttle fed down before then quite quickly getting to full throttle after that. You'll notice when I get on full throttle, it's still quite early in the corner. The car is on the inside curb. Remember, with a Caterham Academy car, you've got relatively low power car and quite a lot of grip, so it should never take you that long to get to full throttle. Once you get on the throttle, in an ideal world, you should never have to release any throttle again. So obviously we're all human beings, we make mistakes, and there will be times when you have to come back out the throttle because you've made a mistake mid-corner, but if you get it right, once you start applying the throttle, you shouldn't have to release it again. So to do a bit of a recap, we never get on the throttle before the apex. Even if you feel you've gone into the corner too slowly, you just have to take the punishment and wait for that apex point. When you do start getting on the throttle, it's gradually initially before quite quickly getting to full throttle, hopefully not having to release any throttle on corner exit.